easy, difficult grammar. Easy, ľahký, difficult, ťažký, grammar, gramatika. Is English grammar difficult? Is English grammar difficult?
Yes, English grammar is difficult.
Good. Is Chinese an easy language to learn? Is Chinese an easy language to learn?
No, Chinese is an
easy language to learn. Good. Is it difficult for you to speak your language? Is it difficult for you to speak your language?
No, it's not difficult to speak.
For me to speak my language. Excellent. Is it generally easy for people to write with their left hand? Is it generally easy for people to write with their left hand?
Yes, it is generally
Easy for people to write with their left hand. Good. What is my pen doing? What is my pen doing?
Your pen
Is hanging. Good, excellent. Is there a light hanging from the ceiling? Is there a light hanging from the ceiling?
Yes, there's a light
Hanging from the ceiling. Good. Is there a map hanging on the wall? Is there a map hanging on the wall?
No, there isn't a map hanging
on the wall. Excellent. Do you go home after the lesson by car, by bus, by train, or do you walk home? Do you go home after the lesson by car, by bus, by train, or walk home?
I go after the lesson
by car. Good. Which do you prefer, to walk or go by car? Which do you prefer, to walk or go by car?
I prefer to walk.
To walk. Good. Do you come to school by train or by bus? Do you come to school by train or by bus?
I come to school
by bus. Does she come to school by train or bus? Does she come to school by train or by bus?
She comes to school by bus.
Are you married? Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Good. Good to know. Is Mr. Brown married? Is Mr. Brown married?
No, he isn't married.
Good. Has Mr. Brown got a wife? Has Mr. Brown got a wife?
No, he hasn't got a wife.
He hasn't got a wife. Good. What's your father's name? What's your father's name?
My father's name is Boy.
Good. What's your mother's name? What's your mother's name?
My mother's name is
Anna. Good. Good. What's your father's wife's name? What's your father's wife's name?
My father's wife's
name
is
Anna. What's your mother's husband's name? What's your mother's husband's name?
My mother's husband's name is
Jan. Good. So, what's the plural of child? What's the plural of child?
The plural of child is
children. How many children have your mother and father got? How many children have your mother and father got?
My mother and father have got
Two children. Good. Are you an only child? Are you an only child?
No, I'm not an only child.
Good. What do we call people in France? What do we call people in France?
The people
we call the people in France French. Why do we call the thing we wear on our heads? What do we call the thing we wear on our heads?
The thing we wear on our heads
is called
head.
Good. What do people generally call their mother and father? What do people generally call their mother and father?
People generally call
their mother and father,
mom and dad.
Mom and dad. Good, excellent. What kind of book is this? What kind of book is this?
This is a Callanova.
A Callanova book. What kind of room is this? What kind of room is this?
This room is a closet.
What kind of car do you prefer? What kind of car do you prefer?
I prefer an expensive car.
An expensive car. Good. Are both my hands on the table? Are both my hands on the table?
Yes, both your hands are on the table.
Good. Are both my hands closed? Are both my hands closed?
Yes, both your hands are
Are
closed.
closed. Good. Are both these pencils red? Are both these pencils red?
Yes.
Both these pencils are red. Good, excellent. Lesson 18. Food, yellow.
Food.
Do you like food? Do you like food?
Yes, I like.
Do you like all food? Do you like all food?
No,
I don't like all food. Good. Do people generally dislike the smell of food? Do people generally dislike the smell of food?
People generally
Don't dislike smell of food. Good, excellent. Son, daughter, syn, daughter, dcera.
Son, daughter.
Good. How many sons has your dad got? How many sons has your dad got?
My dad has got one son.
One son. Good. How many daughters has your mom got? How many daughters has your mom got?
My mom has got one daughter.
One daughter. Good. Are you a son or a daughter? Are you a son or a daughter?
I have a daughter.
I am a daughter. Good. Brother, sister. Brother, sister. Brother, brat, sister, sister.
Brother, sister.
Good. Have you got any brothers? Have you got any brothers?
No, I don't.
I haven't got
I have.
any brothers. Have you got any sisters? Have you got any sisters?
Yes, I have got a sister.
How many brothers and sisters have you got? How many brothers and sisters have you got?
I have just one brother.
I have got
I have got
just one brother. Parents, relatives, relations, family, uncle, aunt, cousin. Parents, relatives, relations, family, uncle, aunt, cousin. Parents, rodičia, relatives, príbuzní, relations, vzťahy, family, rodina, uncle, strýko, ujo, aunt, teta, cousin, bratranec alebo sesternica. Good. Parents are mother and father, whereas relatives are all the other people in the family, such as brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, cousins, etc. Another word for relatives is relations. So, what's the difference between parents and relatives? What's the difference between parents and relatives?
Parents.
The difference between parents and relatives is that parents are mother and father, whereas relatives are all the other people in family. For example, cousins, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters. Good. What does the word uncle mean? What does the word uncle mean? Uncle means
brother of my mother.
of my mother. Good. Excellent. What does the word aunt mean? What does the word aunt mean?
The word
Aunt means your mother's sister. Good. What does the word cousin mean? What does the word cousin mean?
The word
Cousin means
son of my
uncle.
uncle.
Good. Excellent. More than, viac niż.
More than.
Good. I've got 8 fingers and 4 thumbs on my hands. I've got more fingers than thumbs on my both hands. Have you got more fingers than thumbs on your hands? Have you got more fingers than thumbs on your hands?
Yes, I have more fingers than
Thumbs on my hand. Are there more people in a town than in a village? Are there more people in a town than in a village?
Yes, there are more people in the town
Than in a village. Good, excellent. Are there more pages in this book than in that book? Are there more pages in this book than in that book?
Yes, there are more
More pages in this book than in that book. Good, excellent. Break. Zvonik.
Break.
Good. What am I doing? What am I doing?
You are breaking them.
Good. Can you break the window with a chair? Can you break a window with a chair?
Yes, I can
Break the window with a chair. Can you break the table with your hands? Can you break the table with your hands?
No, I can't break.
Can't break the table with my hand. Out of, von z. I'm putting my pen into my pocket. My pen is in my pocket. I'm taking my pen out of my pocket. I'm coming into the classroom and I'm coming out of the classroom. What am I doing? What am I doing?
You are putting
Your pen
your
into
pen into your pocket.
pocket. Good. What am I doing? What am I doing?
You are putting your taking your pen out.
Out of your pocket. Good. What am I doing? What am I doing?
You are
Going out of the classroom. Good. What am I doing?
you are going into the
You are going into the classroom. Good. Excellent. Think. Mistake.
Okay.
Good. About how many people do you think there are in France? About how many people do you think there are in France?
I think
There are about
20 million
people in France. Good, excellent. Do you think there's anybody in other room? Do you think there's anybody in other room?
Yes, I think there's anybody.
Somebody in other. What do you think I got in my pocket? What do you think I got in my pocket?
I think that you have in your pocket.
You have something you have in your pocket. Good. Good, bad, good at bad. Good, bad, good at bad. Do you think there's anybody in bad room? Please, good at bees. Somebody bad at things in other rooms. Good, excellent. Good. Good. Are all children good children? Are all children good children?
No.
Not all children are good children. Good. Are all students good at learning languages? Are all students good at learning languages?
No, all students
Aren't good at learning languages. Good, excellent. Instead of, namiesto.
Instead of.
Good. Do you prefer tea instead of coffee? Do you prefer tea instead of coffee?
No, I don't prefer tea
Tea
instead
instead
of.
of coffee. Good. Do you prefer coming to school instead of going to the cinema? Do you prefer coming to school instead of going to the cinema?
No, I don't
Don't prefer
going
to school instead of going to cinema. Do you prefer walking instead of going by car? Do you prefer walking instead of going by car?
Yes, I prefer walking instead of going by car.
By car. Good, excellent.